140 in Waterloo. This is the second event that we've had. The first one last year in Waterloo, September 15th, 2011. We blew records. It was amazing. First one in Canada, the 140 conference has been around the world. It's an inspirational message, and I'm going to tell you all kinds of reasons why you need to be part of the 140. But it was the first one in Canada, so we're doing it a second time in Waterloo this year. We have a much bigger venue. Last year at our event, we sold out an entire month before the event. So there was a lot of unrequited love going on in Southern Ontario last year, which is why we're holding all of these meetups, because we don't want to see that unrequited love. We want to share the information with you now so you can figure out why you need to be there in September. Thank you, first of all, to the Royal York for their awesome support tonight. When they heard we were doing it again in Waterloo, my contacts at the Royal York said, "How do you guys do it? Like, you're way out in Waterloo and you get so much visibility and attention for the 140. And my answer was, well, first of all, we're awesome. That helps an awful lot. And the Royal York said, well, we really want to support what you're doing there, so we want to be part of your meetup series. And so from now until September 27th, we'll be having monthly meetups. We have another one scheduled for July, which we'll be telling you all about on Twitter. And my special friend at the Royal York, just a minute to welcome you and tell you more about it. So Judy Samuels, Chief Lemonhead on Twitter. Here we go.
And our Twitter handle is @Fairmont RYH, so Fairmont Royal York Hotel. You can also follow our parent company at Fairmont Hotels if you'd like to. We really wanted to be a part of 140 Conf, really wanted to be a part of this series. We've been working a lot on our own social media presence, both on Facebook and on Twitter. We use it for all kinds of business purposes, but also to engage the community. And as you can see, as our first bullet point is that we've been Toronto's landmark hotel since 1925.
People ask me why you want to come to a 140 conference. And so my reasons are actually, I often say that, well, would you like the laundry list or would you like it alphabetized? But for you tonight, I have given it, I've drilled it down to 5 important reasons why you need to be at the 140 in Waterloo on September 27th. One reason, we need to explore new ways to communicate. This picture is a friend of mine who I happen to work with. Her nephew's last name is Rumble, which is why you see Rumble on all of their backs. What you don't know is that her nephew is 22 years old, went to the doctor a few months ago, and the doctor said, well, we need to get you in the hospital for extra tests right away. Going to the hospital, he has leukemia, and the picture is not very good. When he went to the hospital, they put him into a juvenile hospital thinking it was juvenile leukemia, which it wasn't. But while he was there, he wanted to create a video. So he created a video using That What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger, Kelly Clarkson. So he went to bed that night, 75 views, his family, friends, whatnot. Woke up the next morning, 75,000 views. It is now up to 2.5 million views. This kid has cancer, he's fighting for his life, but he found a way to make his message resonate with millions of people around the world. He's been on CNN, he actually has been on a lot of interviews, and he can't take them anymore because he is so sick. We need to explore new ways to get our message out. There are no gatekeepers anymore. There are no editors that are saying you can't talk to that person. There's no handlers saying you can't talk to that person. Being at the 140 conference will let you be face-to-face with lots of people who will give you ideas on how to create your own message and how to explore those ways. So number 2, find your passion. So this picture here is completely self-serving, but it happened actually 2 nights ago in my home. This is my daughter. She is @GraceRosine on Twitter. She reached out to Oxfam Canada because she was doing research for a project at school, and the website was not giving her the information. And I went on the website. I couldn't find out enough about what they were doing to give her the information she needed for her project. So I said, go on Twitter. They'll reach out to you. So she went on Twitter. It took them a little while to respond, but when they did respond, the amount of information this kid got for her project was incredible. Well, then she went back, and not only did she make her project for her school, she made this awesome t-shirt because she felt empowered and she was passionate by what they had taught her. Oxfam is a non-profit organization. They can't pay for that kind of PR. She gave it to them freely because she wanted to, because they tapped into her passion and they allowed her to explore it on social media. There are so many people doing those kinds of things, and we need to hear about that at conferences that focus on social media. Connect to your community. Really, we've forgotten, some of us have forgotten how to connect to those people that can help us. Most people want to do what's right. They want to help each other. But we've gotten in our homes, in our businesses, we're so busy, we're time poor. We don't have time to connect. Well, Twitter allows you to connect, but a social media conference allows you to really reach out and touch people. Anybody that knows me personally knows that the first meeting they might get a handshake, second meeting it's a full-on hug. Because we are all human beings, and being at a social media conference reminds us that every message we have to tell is important. Lead and be led. Heather is one of our speakers at the 140 conference last year, and her story is incredible, which I'm not going to tell now because I probably will cry if I tell you. What's important about Heather's story, the most important thing, is that Heather is not a speaker. She's not a digital leader. She's not a social media consultant. She's not a journalist or an editor. She's a woman who had something that she needed to happen, and she had friends that were helping her make that happen. Her story empowers other people who are not leaders. Her story empowers all of us who are just going about our regular lives, who need to find an outlet to meet with our friends, to get our message shared. So if you come to the 140 conference, you're going to meet some digital leaders, absolutely, because those people really are the cutting edge of the field. But you're going to meet an awful lot of people who are doing it on the ground level. And if you go to New York City in a few weeks and you go to the 140 conference there, you'll find a lot of people who spoke at the 140 conference in Waterloo. And those people are not digital leaders. Those people are everyday people like you and I who found a way to communicate in a new way on social media. So number 5, last year's speakers were freaking awesome. I'm not kidding you, our Twitter stream was incredible. The sharing that started that day and went on for day after day, month after month. This year, our speakers are equally as awesome. And tonight, like at all of our our social media tweet-ups for 140, we have 5 new speakers to announce tonight. So I want to introduce each one of those speakers to you. They will all be on our Twitter stream, so you can follow there as well. First of all, Claire Crosley. Claire, could you please put your hand up, please? Bobby Umar. Please welcome Bobby Umar. Danny Brown. Where are you, Danny? Put your hand up. There we go. Where is Jennifer? There she is. And Pete. Where are you, Pete? There we are, Pete. Anybody hear of a little thing called Govember? And of course, we have in the audience tonight Jeff Pulver, the founder of the 140, without which none of us would be here. I'd like to invite Jeff up to come and talk about his vision, and we are so grateful that he's made this trip here tonight.